While the Tewaaraton Trophy will not be handed out this year, the tradition around it should not be ignored, and few can talk about that tradition of the sport quite like Sid Jamieson. The former Bucknell head coach retired with more than 240 career wins. In '96, he was named the USILA Coach of the Year, served as the head coach for the Iroquois Nationals back in the 1980s as well. So Sarah, pass the message down now to Sid Jameison, who joins us now for this week's segment, the 2005 recipient of the Tewaaraton, the Spirit of the Tewaaraton, also longtime former Bucknell head coach. Sid, this is obviously a trying time for all coaches, especially college, trying to figure out how do they manage their team in a trying time where they had their season taken away. For you, I know your culture is so important. How did that influence what you did as a coach?
Well, it was very, very important because obviously I think most folks don't know much about the Iroquois sport of lacrosse or even the Iroquois national lacrosse team. So this opportunity is very, very good for our history and our culture. Having said that, what I tried to do at the university was we always flew the Iroquois national flag for every home game that we played. We also had a tree of peace, which is
So Sarah, pass the message down now to Sid Jamieson, who joins us now for this week's segment, the 2005 recipient of the Tewaaraton, the Spirit of the Tewaaraton, also longtime former Bucknell head coach. Sid, this is obviously a trying time for all coaches, especially college, trying to figure out how do they manage their team in a trying time where they had their season taken away. For you, I know your culture is so important. How did that influence what you did as a coach?
Well, it was very, very important because obviously I think most folks don't know much about the Iroquois sport of lacrosse or even the Iroquois national lacrosse team. So this opportunity is very, very good for our history and our culture. Having said that, what I tried to do at the university was we always flew the Iroquois national flag for every home game that we played. We also had a tree of peace, which is planted on the Bucknell University campus. And we also have a 7th-generation sculpture representing an iconic philosophy about decision-making and what the future and past generations, past 7 generations, actually mean to the Iroquois people.
You mentioned the Iroquois people and you continuing to make sure that flag was present. Walk us through as an educational tool, like what do the symbols on that flag mean?
Thank you for asking. Those symbols mean, if we start here in this corner, those are the Seneca people. These are the Cayuga people. This is the Tree of Peace in the middle, which is the home fire of the Iroquois Confederacy. Those are the Onondaga people. These represent the Oneida people, and these represent the Mohawk people. And if you note, these little tabs on the end leave room for other nations to join the Confederacy, the original Confederacy, which is 5 symbols here. 5 different nations, and the 6th nation, which is not represented on this flag as one of the original nations, but they are the Tuscarora people. So the white on this symbol represents equality. It represents a leadership that is pure of spirit and pure of mind, never to serve the community egotistically or for personal gain. So the white symbol is really important to our people as well.
Obviously, the Tewaaraton Award serves as a special moment for a player in the college game to be honored as being the best in a given year. But I wonder the history behind it. How important is it to have the Tewaaraton be the symbol of the best, but also in its ability to educate the continued each generation's worth of players?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, we're extremely pleased that the Tewaaraton people have a mission statement like this, which honors the Native American influence in the game of lacrosse. And they've done a tremendous job in the scholarship program that the Tewaaraton Foundation has for two Native kids, one male and one female. I think is a testament to their continuing efforts to try to assist, if you will, Native communities of the Iroquois nations.
So you mentioned some of the players that have come out of the Iroquois nations, and we've seen some great ones, including some winners like Lyle and Miles Thompson, and they have a unique set of stick skills. Where do those stick skills come from that we admire so much when we watch them play?
Well, thanks for asking. It's kind of fun. Ingenuity, uniqueness. It's a part of the game. It's a free spirit game. You play the game freely. It should not be, do it this way. It's do it whichever way you want to, as long as you have an ability to play well. So those skills, however, they only come after years of trying to perfect those particular skills. Certainly, they're not going to go out there and try to embarrass themselves. And there's a reason for that as well, because in essence, they're playing for all of the people of their nation. They're playing for their family. They're playing for all of the past participants in the game. And so if they can play with the uniqueness and do it really, really well, it's a celebration of all of the past participants.
Lacrosse is such a special game. It's called the Creators Game for a reason, and you had the pleasure of having a chance to coach this game for so long. I wonder, what's been the best part for you about having the opportunity to coach the Creators Game?
Oh, it's been a absolutely lifetime passion, obviously, and that was led to the foundation of the Iroquois National Program, the beginning of that program, and being able to be the head coach of that program, which then turned into being the executive director of the Iroquois National Program, was a lifetime thrill for me to be able to give back, if you will, to the people whose game it is. And even though I was a college coach, I never forgot who I was or where I come from. And so at every turn, I always try to make sure that the history and culture of the game is a significant foundation for any lacrosse program.
So we're going to try to keep this going. It's time for you to carry the message. Who are we going to be talking to next week?
Well, thank you for asking. We're going to talk to Coach Richie Moran, who's a really, really good friend of mine. And I'd like to ask Richie, if he will, to answer my question. And my question is, what was it like playing with a wooden stick?
I cannot wait to hear his answer. Sid, we appreciate so much your time. Stay safe, and we will talk with you again soon.